I have done 30 plus certifications and am here to guide you throughout your certification journey. In this video, we will be covering some important questions of the Microsoft SC-900 exam. You can find the complete PDF of this video and our practice questions through the link down in the description. To the important questions. Question 1. Which Microsoft 365 feature can you use to restrict communication and the sharing of information between members of two departments at your organization? Here in this question, the feature that we can use to restrict communication and sharing according to our requirements is information barrier. Thus, the correct option is C. Information barriers are a Microsoft 365 feature which you can use to restrict communication and the sharing of information between members of two departments at your organization. Question 2. What can you use to provide threat detection for Azure SQL managed instance? We can use Microsoft Defender for Cloud to provide threat detection for Azure SQL managed instance. Thus, the correct option is C. Microsoft Defender for SQL is a Defender plan and Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Microsoft Defender for SQL includes functionality for surfacing and mitigating potential database vulnerabilities and detecting anomalous activities that could indicate a threat to your database. It provides a single go-to location for enabling and managing these capabilities. Question 3. What feature in Microsoft Defender for Endpoint provides the first line of defense against cyber threats by reducing the attack surface? The network protection feature in Microsoft Defender for Endpoint provides the first line of defense against cyber threats by reducing the attack surface. Thus, the correct option is D. Network protection helps protect devices from internet based events. Network protection is an attack surface reduction capability. Question 4. Which type of identity is created when you register an application with Active Directory? The type of identity that is created when you register an application with Active Directory is service principal. Thus, the correct option is D. When you register an application through the Azure portal, an application object and service principal are automatically created in your home directory or tenant. Question 5. In the shared responsibility model for an Azure deployment, what is Microsoft solely responsible for managing? In the shared responsibility model for an Azure deployment, Microsoft is solely responsible for the management of physical hardware. Thus, the correct option is D. Question 6. Which two types of resources can be protected by using Azure Firewall? The two types of resources that can be protected by using Azure Firewall are Azure Virtual Machines and Azure Virtual Networks. Thus, the correct options are A and D. Question 7. Which three authentication methods can be used by Azure multi-factor authentication? The three authentication methods that can be used by Azure multi-factor authentication are text message, Microsoft Authenticator app, and phone call. Thus, the correct options are A, B, and D. When users sign in to an application or service and receive an FA prompt, they can choose from one of the registered forms of additional verification. Users can access My Profile to edit or add verification methods. The following additional forms of verification can be used with Azure AD multi-factor authentication. Question 8. Which Azure AD feature can you use to provide just-in-time access to manage Azure resources? The feature that we can use to provide just-in-time access to manage Azure resources is Azure AD Privileged Identity Management. Thus, the correct option is C. Azure AD PIM provides just-in-time privileged access to Azure AD and Azure resources. Question 9. Which three statements accurately describe the guiding principles of zero trust? The three statements that accurately describe the guiding principles of zero trust are: use identity as the primary security boundary, always verify the permissions of a user explicitly, and always assume that the user system can be breached. Thus, the correct options are B, C, and D. Zero trust is a security strategy. It is not a product or a service, but an approach in designing and implementing the following set of security principles: verify explicitly, use least privilege access, and assume breach. Question 10. What can you use to provide a user with a 2-hour window to complete an administrative task in Azure? To provide a user with a 2-hour window to complete an administrative task in Azure, we can use Azure AD PIM. Thus, the correct option is A. PIM provides time-based and approval-based role activation to mitigate the risks of excessive, unnecessary, or misused access permissions on resources that you care about. Here are some of the key features of PIM. Provide just-in-time privileged access to Azure AD and Azure resources. Assign time-bound access to resources using start and end dates. Download audit history for internal or external audit. Prevents removal of the last active global administrator role assignment. Question 11. What do you use to provide real-time integration between Azure Sentinel and another security source? To provide real-time integration between Azure Sentinel and another security source, we use a connector. Thus, the correct option is D. To onboard Azure Sentinel, you first need to connect to your security sources. Azure Sentinel comes with a number of connectors for Microsoft solutions. including Microsoft 365 Defender Solutions and Microsoft 365 Sources, including Office 365, Azure AD, Microsoft Defender for Identity, and Microsoft Cloud App Security, etc. Question 12. What are two capabilities of Microsoft Defender for Endpoint? The two capabilities of Microsoft Defender for Endpoint are automated investigation and remediation and attack surface reduction. Thus, the correct options are A and D. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint offers automatic investigation and remediation capabilities that help reduce the volume of alerts in minutes at scale, while the attack surface reduction set of capabilities provides the first line of defense in the stack. Question 13. In a hybrid identity model, what can you use to sync identities between Active Directory domain services and Azure AD? Here in this question, we can use Azure AD Connect to sync identities between Active Directory domain services and Azure AD. Thus, the correct option is C. Question 14. What can you use to scan email attachments and forward the attachments to recipients only if the attachments are free from malware? Here in this question, we need to scan email attachments and forward the attachments to recipients only if the attachments are free from malware. As such, we should use Microsoft Defender for Office 365. Thus, the correct option is A. Question 15. Hotspot. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. To the answer area, Dash provides best practices from Microsoft employees, partners, and customers, including tools and guidance to assist in an Azure deployment. Here in this question, based on the given description, the correct option is the Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework for Azure. About the answer, the Cloud Adoption Framework is a collection of documentation, implementation guidance, best practices, and tools that are proven guidance from Microsoft designed to accelerate your cloud adoption journey. Question 16. Hotspot. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. To the answer area. Federation is used to establish dash between organizations. Here in this question, based on the given description, the correct option is trust relationship. About the answer, Federation enables the access of services across organizational or domain boundaries by establishing trust relationships between the respective domain's identity provider. Federation is a collection of domains that have established trust. Question 17. Which Azure AD feature can you use to restrict Microsoft Intune managed devices from accessing corporate resources? The feature that we can use to restrict Microsoft Intune managed devices from accessing corporate resources is conditional access policies. Thus, the correct option is C. When you use conditional access, you can configure your conditional access policies to use the result of your device compliance policies to determine which devices can access your organizational resources. This access control is in addition to and separate from the actions for non compliance that you include in your device compliance policies. Question 18. Which Azure Active Directory feature can you use to evaluate group membership and automatically remove users that no longer require membership in a group? The feature that we can use to evaluate group membership and automatically remove users that no longer require membership is access reviews. Thus, the correct option is A. There is no capability to automatically remove user access rights. The whole point of access reviews is that in some cases, automation is not possible. Azure AD access reviews enable organizations to efficiently manage group memberships, access to enterprise applications, and role assignments. Question 19. Which Microsoft portal provides information about how Microsoft Cloud Services comply with regulatory standards such as International Organization for Standardization? The Microsoft portal that provides information about how Microsoft Cloud Services comply with regulatory standards such as ISO is Microsoft Service Trust Portal. Thus, the correct option is C. The Microsoft Service Trust Portal contains details about Microsoft's implementation of controls and processes that protect our cloud services and the customer data therein. Question 20. Hotspot. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. To the answer area, you can manage Microsoft Intune by using the here in this question, the here in this question, based on the given description, the correct option is Microsoft Endpoint Manager Admin Center. About the answer, Endpoint Manager combines services you may know and already be using, including Microsoft Intune, Configuration Manager, Desktop Analytics, Co-Management, and Windows Autopilot. These services are part of the Microsoft 365 stack to help secure access, protect data, respond to risk, and manage risk. Question 21. Hotspot. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. To the answer area, when users sign in to the Azure portal, they are first here in this question, based on the given description, the correct option is authenticated. About the answer, authentication is who you say you are. Authorization is what permission do you have. Question 22. In the Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework for Azure, which two phases are addressed before the ready phase? In the Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework for Azure, the two phases that are addressed before the ready phase are plan and define strategy. Thus, the correct options are A and E. Question 23. Which feature provides the extended detection and response capability of Azure Sentinel? The feature that provides the extended detection and response capability of Azure Sentinel is integration with Microsoft 365 Defender. Thus, the correct option is C. Question 24. Hotspot. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. To the answer area. Dash a file makes the data in the file readable and usable to viewers that have the appropriate key. Here in this question, based on the given description, the correct option is encrypting. About the answer, in the question it says to viewers that have the appropriate key. So keyword is the word key. Encryption is a means of securing digital data using one or more mathematical techniques along with a password or key used to decrypt the information. Decryption is a process that transforms encrypted information into its original format. To do this, parties to a private conversation use an encryption scheme called an algorithm and the keys to encrypt and decrypt messages. Question 25. What is an example of encryption at rest? Encrypting a virtual machine disk is an example of encryption at rest. Thus, the correct option is B. Encryption at rest for platform as a service customers. Platform as a service customers data typically resides in a storage service such as a blob storage, but may also be cached or stored in the application execution environment, such as a virtual machine. To see the encryption at rest options available to you, examine the data encryption models supporting services table for the storage and application platforms that you use. Question 26. You have an Azure subscription. You need to implement approval based time bound role activation. What should you use? Here in this question, we need to implement approval based time bound role activation. Based on this, the correct option is Azure AD PIM. Thus, the correct option is D. Azure AD PIM is designed specifically for implementing approval based time bound role activation in an Azure subscription. PIM allows you to manage and control access to privileged roles in Azure AD, Azure Resources, and Azure AD integrated software as a service apps. It enables you to elevate access on a just in time basis and provides an approval workflow for role activation, which can be restricted to specific time periods. This makes it an ideal choice for implementing the requirements specified in the question. Question 27. Which score measures an organization's progress in completing actions that help reduce risks associated to data protection and regulatory standards? Here in this question, the score that measures an organization's progress in completing actions that help reduce risks associated to data protection and regulatory standards is compliance score. Thus, the correct option is D. Microsoft Purview Compliance Manager is a feature in the Microsoft Purview Compliance portal that helps you manage your organization's compliance requirements with greater ease and convenience. Compliance Manager can help you throughout your compliance journey, from taking inventory of your data protection risks to managing the complexities of implementing controls, staying current with regulations and certifications, and reporting to auditors. Question 28. Which three authentication methods does Windows Hello for Business support? The three authentication methods that Windows Hello for Business support are fingerprint, facial recognition, and PIN. Thus, the correct options are A, B, C. Windows Hello in Windows 10 enables users to sign in to their device using a PIN. Windows Hello lets your employees use fingerprints or facial recognition as an alternative method to unlocking a device. With Windows Hello, authentication happens when the employee provides his or her unique biometric identifier while accessing the device specific Windows Hello credentials. Question 29. Which three tasks can be performed by using Azure AD identity protection? The three tasks that can be performed by using Azure AD identity protection are exporting risk detection to third party utilities, automating the detection and remediation of identity based risks, and investigating risks that relate to user authentication. Thus, the correct options are B, C, and D. Question 40. What is the purpose of Azure AD password protection? The purpose of Azure AD password protection is to prevent users from using specific words in their passwords. Thus, the correct option is D. Azure AD password protection detects and blocks known weak passwords and their variants, and can also block additional weak terms that are specific to your organization. With Azure AD password protection, default global banned password lists are automatically applied to all users in an Azure AD tenant. To support your own business and security needs, you can define entries in a custom banned password list. These were all the questions for this video. You can find the complete PDF of this video and our practice questions through the link down in the description. We will be publishing more parts to this series in the future, so please make sure to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.